A lot of people out there, they're depressed right now. You know why they're depressed? It's because they're not contributing. You know why they're depressed? It's because they're not giving more. You know why they're not giving more? It's because they don't have more. You need to go make more money so you can give more. Isn't it better to give than receive? Right. Every one of us knows it, right? We all believe that, right? Didn't it feel great to give a lot to somebody? If I gave every one of you $1 million, you probably wouldn't go spend it all on yourself, would you? You'd give a lot of it away, right or wrong? You'd give a lot of it away because you have that inbred in you. It's inside of you. You need to give more. But the only way you give more is what? Is if you have more. Okay? Primerica can provide that for you. So go make more money. Instead of worrying about gas prices, just go make more money. Right? It'll take care of your issues on gas prices, right? Instead of wasting that energy complaining about those things that you do not have, start making more money so you can provide those things in your life. Right? How about can you see yourself doing what you're doing for the rest of your life in your job? If the answer is no, Primerica is the answer for you. How about do you want your children to do what you do? Right? If you do, wonderful. God bless you. Right? If you don't, then maybe that might not be the place that you want to be. See, I'd be mega excited and happy. I'm not going to make my kids do Primerica, but I would be mega excited and happy if my son came to me when he was 18 years old and said, Dad, I want to do what you do. I said, why? Why do you want to do what I do? And he's 10 years old. He always tells me he wants to do what I do. But I said, Max, why do you want to do what Dad does? He says, because you have so much freedom and time with your family. How about that? Pretty powerful, huh? Pretty powerful. Say, Max, why do you want to do Primerica? Why? Because you help a lot of people, Dad. You contribute to a lot of you. You're always seeming to give and help other people. I want to have a life like that. It's powerful and it's important to be a happy, fulfilled person. You have to have something in your life that drives you to do more good and to help more people. How about do you like people? Because if you don't like people, Primerica ain't the right business for you, okay? I'll just let you know. I'm going to let you off the hook right now. So if somebody asks to recruit you after the meeting, and they ask you, do you like people, just tell them no. Just tell them, if you don't want to do it, just say, no. That's an easy excuse to, I don't like people, I hate people. Just say that. And then you don't have to be recruited, okay? Because we won't try to recruit you, okay? All right? But if you genuinely like people, you're perfect for Primerica. And look, some of you in this room are very competitive. If you're competitive, you'll probably do pretty well in Primerica. And some of you, by the way, need to give it a chance because you might be competitive. You just don't know you're competitive. You might say, I'm not that competitive. Well, join Primerica for 6 months. Let's see how competitive you really are. I've known a lot of people that have come in the business very shy, very introverted, very scared, very fearful. They've come into Primerica, not competitive. 6 weeks later, man, these guys, man, they're excited. They're fired up. They're competitive. Changed their life. Primerica's done that for them. And that's part of the opportunity. Anybody want to make any extra money, huh? Anybody want to make extra money? Let me show you something real quick. As a part-time agent, if you decided just to do 3 recruits and $4,000 monthly, you become a team leader. 3 by 4 a month, it's about $50,000. You're going to start duplicating some people. It's about $50,000 in income if you decided to do that. All right? If you just decided to become a team leader and start to build a nice little team under you, you're going to make $50,000 part-time with Primerica if you get after it. How about as an agent? You build 4 team leaders. You know what you're going to become? What? RVP. How many of you want to be RVPs in this room? All right, any RVPs? Okay, so a few people want to be. That's how you do it. Just go build 4. This is the easiest way. This is the easiest way to become an RVP. Go build 4 team leaders, slam dunk, you'll be an RVP. Direct team leaders. You will become a regional vice president. Could you get excited about that? Yes or no? Right? It's not that difficult. Every one of you can do this if you want to bad enough. Now, how about this? As an RVP, you just build 1 team leader, 1 direct team leader. As an RVP, you'll make $100,000 to $150,000. These are all proven numbers, by the way. This is exactly the way I've studied the numbers in my organization. $100,000 to $150,000, you need one good, solid team leader on your team, right? Not that difficult. This is not thousands. You don't need thousands of people to make a lot of money in Primerica. You need a few good ones, right? Those few good ones will pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. As an RVP, you build 3 team leaders. That's $200,000 to $300,000 a year. And then, you know, help 4 others become an RVP. That's $500,000. 4 RVPs making $100,000 a year. That's $500,000 a year in income. Is that pretty exciting? Yeah. Right? You understand? I mean, we made $890,000 last year. We had like 9 or 10 RVPs make $100,000 last year or more. So the numbers are perfectly perfect. It's not complicated or it's not hard to make big money in Primerica. I hope you guys can you see this a little bit? How this works? Yes. It's called help some other people make a lot of money. You don't have to worry about money for the rest of your life. That's right. Okay? And the best part about it is when you start helping other people succeed, they'll go succeed for their families. Right? They'll want to do great things for their families. Right? That's the best security. Some people say, Daniel, well, you know, there's no security in Primerica. No, that's not true. There's a lot of security in Primerica. You know what the security... I have a guy, Chuck Negretti, right? He went a couple of years ago. We happened to take over his business, and he was making $100,000 when we first started working together. Right now, he'll probably in the next couple of months, he'll probably go over $400,000 in income. This is 3 years later. $400,000 in income. And last month he was paid $30-something thousand. Absolutely changed that. But let me ask you this, right? If I tried to get Chuck Negretti to quit, what do you think he would say? Do you think he would quit if I told him to quit? No, absolutely not. Why? Because he's making a lot of big money for his family, right? So he doesn't really care about me, right? Does he? He cares about him and his family. So he's going to do something great for his family, okay? With or without me, okay? And that's important for you to understand because that's your security. The more successful people you have in your business, the more successful business, the more security you'll have. That's our $100,000 club. I mean, all walks of life, guys. I mean, we're talking a single mom, a construction worker, all types of different background. This is Chuck Negretti up here. He's number 2 in the state of California right now. All right? First in our hierarchy ever to do over $100,000 in production. A couple months ago, did $110,000 in production. I mean, just absolutely shattering records like never before. He'll promote out 3 regional vice presidents in the next, 12 months. I mean, easy. Maybe even 6 months. We just have a couple of guys that just need to get their securities. This guy is moving right now. Very, very exciting stuff. Just a decision, right? These are all our years. If you look at our years in Primerica, that's our income. What's happened? That's our basically our revenue, okay? So I took a look at what we made in Primerica and also on some of our investments and how our total revenue has been. So think about that through those years. Last year, we were paid $1.2 million with our Primerica income and our investment income and what we've been able to do with Primerica. So, and I learned all this stuff with Primerica. So that was almost, $300,000 I made outside of Primerica last year. Isn't that exciting, though? Right? That I learned all that from Primerica. Remember I told you we're going to give you an education here? We're going to teach you things. Right? When you start making big money, we're going to teach you how to invest it. We're going to teach you how to make money on your money. Okay? And that's hopefully the goal that you want to accomplish one of these years. Right? It's always your choice. A guy one time, he said, he's really smart, he said, you only know what you know because of what you know. You know? Is that right? That's right. You only know what you know. So look, what do we know? Education, work for the rest of our life, and then get a little bit of what? A little bit of freedom at the end, right? So I don't know. I'm kind of weird, and I always went the opposite direction of everybody else, right? So I just said, look, I'm going to get an education, went to school. I went most of the days. I played hooky sometimes too, but and then I worked really, really hard when I came into Primerica for 5 to 10 years. Okay, worked, really, 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 really hard. This is not like the Primerica Country Club. Okay, this is a real business. You do have to put effort forth. You do have to work. If you don't like to work, then maybe wrong business for you too. So it's not like, like a, thing that we're saying, oh yeah, just show up and you're going to make millions. No, you got to work. It's okay, right? Anybody have a problem with work? I don't have a problem with work. As long as you pay me, as long as there's some fruits of the labor at the end, right? Okay, so I said, I'm going to work really hard. And then I got the rest of my life of freedom. Better, right? Pretty nice, okay? So imagine, right? So what's your excuse? Is it time? Is it money? Is it experience? Is it you're too young, you're too old? What's your excuse? Think about it for a second. What's your excuse? Okay? Hey, look, if you don't have the time, when are you ever going to have the time? You can say, I don't have the time right now. Well, when's the time going to get freed up? Never. Has it been freed up the last 5 years? No. The last 5 years is the same. The next 5 years will be the same as the last 5 years. There's not going to all of a sudden your boss is say, hey, just work 20 hours a week. Is your boss ever going to say that to you? No. You're going to have to keep showing up 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Nothing's going to change. So you have to change. You can't wait for the world to change. You have to change. Okay? So what about money? Well, look, if you need more money, you need Primerica more than we need you. You got that? Right. If you're having a money problem, if you're like 99 bucks, I ain't got 99 bucks. Well, then you really need to do Primerica. That's right. Okay? Really. And that's the truth. Okay? How about experience? Well, I didn't have any experience, and I won. So if you don't have any experience, it's actually better if you don't have experience, because then we don't have to retrain you. If you come in as a greenie and you don't know nothing, we can totally train you. We can get you going. We can help you with everything to be successful. How about too young? Well, I fixed that one, right? I was only 21, right? And look, and if you're too old, well then, hey, we got plenty of people. I mean, one of our founders of the company, she was 55 years old when she started Primerica, became a multi-millionaire with Primerica. She passed away, was it last year? 2 years ago, she passed away. And she was like 94 years old. Unbelievable, right? I mean, just an amazing life, right? So she lived a whole nother life almost, right? In Primerica. As a multi-millionaire. Pretty exciting stuff, right? Yes. How about, that was before Primerica. That's our first home. Me and Karma. It's our little condo. That's where we live today. Okay, we're in the hills of Rancho Cucamonga. That's our backyard. We have so much fun. A basketball court, putting green, right? Little 15-person spa. I mean, we have like humongous parties there. So much fun. Like 300 people we've had. We've had parties with 300 people there. I mean, it's amazing. Our neighbors absolutely hate us, okay? Right? Because we have so much fun there. That's what I drove before Primerica. People say, oh, well, Daniel, it's easy for you because you drive a nice car. No, that's what I drove. Nice rims. You like those rims? Nice rims, huh? But see, I told you, look, I was excited. I had a vision. I said, man, we're going to do something big. It's going to be great, man. If you follow me, we're going to do something, change our life, right? Tried to recruit everybody. I said, get in the back, man. Let's go. See, that's why I recruited so many people, because I had a big back church. This is what I drive today. This is better, by the way. Not as much room, but this is way better. Beautiful XJ Jaguar. And then that's Karma's new car that we just got her a couple months ago. And we're just having so much fun right now. I just can't even tell you. I mean, it's just like life. I mean, we're all over the place. We're traveling and doing this and that, and and sometimes Karma's like, man, we're just going and going and going. And I said, man, we're living. We're going for it. We got one shot here. We're going to go for it. Make our dreams come true and help a lot of people. That's our building in Ontario. Some of you like to travel. I mean, we've been everywhere. I mean, this is just a couple of places. I mean, this is nothing. We've traveled the earth. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing. And it's just one of my dreams. I was telling Carmen today, I said, one of my dreams is to travel the earth. I want to travel everywhere. I want to say, by the time I'm done, I want to say, I went everywhere. Hey, where'd you go, Daniel? Everywhere. Right? I want to go everywhere. I want to see everything. Don't you guys want to see everything? Well, you got to have money and you got to have time. Because I don't want to see everything with a backpack. I want to see everything at the Ritz. Doesn't that sound better?